So, with the second round of the FIBA World Cup starting off today, on the 1st of, September, I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Serbia against Italy is going on. The Americans will play soon against Montenegro, I'm pretty sure, which is where Nikola Vucevic plays, who you, of course, know if you follow the NBA. And we have some other fun games tonight going on with Luka against Australia, which of course is Slovenia against Australia, but they have some quiet history. Well, Patty Mills put like a 42 piece on them in the Olympics battle for the bronze medal, and now they will be facing off against each other again. We have Spain against Latvia, which should be fun. Canada. Man, why can I pronounce Canada? Canada. What? Canadians. Canada. What the hell? I'll leave that in, but you know what I mean, right? It's the Canadians against Brazil. And while the first round has been quite entertaining, I've watched every Dominican Republic game pretty much. They were awesome. I watched some Serbia, but not enough. I watched all the American games. They were fun. I watched all the Jordan games because Rondé Hollis-Jefferson turned into the second coming of Kobe, which has been something to watch. Rest in peace, Cope, man. The resemblance has been quite scary, man. He has been hooping for the Jordan team. Intriguing to say that he just didn't get another shot with an NBA team when he's still relatively young. But from what I remember, he last played in Toronto or in Portland, and he was talking about that he deserves more minutes, and now he's in Atléticos de San Germán, which is a Puerto Rican league. Puerto Rican team, and the league is, I guess, also Puerto Rican. So, yeah, that's what's up with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And I've watched Germany and Australia games because they are one of the better teams, and of course their game against each other was great. Dennis Schroeder going at it with Patty Mills and Josh Giddey. Slovenia against Georgia. Slovenia, watching them, of course, for Luka mostly, but I didn't watch all their games because it has been quite hectic, and some of them are not televised here, and it's sometimes hard to get the hang of it, let's just say. And I barely watched Group G, even though Spain has, of course, the Hernan Gomez brothers. Brazil has, for example, Marcelo Huertas. And Canada. Why can I pronounce Canada? Canada. Oh, Canada. Yeah, the Canadians. I've watched all of their games because they have a great team with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. RJ Barrett is out there. Alexander Walker has been hooping. Dylan Brooks is playing really well. Kelly Olynyk, man. FIBA Kelly Olynyk is a real thing, and he's been awesome. And who else is there, actually? Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting somebody here. Lou Dort, who has not played in two of their games, but he should be playing in these second round matchups. France also, who got eliminated by Latvia, which was incredible game. That I've been impressed with. How was his name actually? Artur Jagars. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. He didn't get selected in the in the NBA draft in 2022, and he is a point guard who has been really impressive. Some really good speed, great layup package, had some really good assists, playing really well. Probably their best player, of course, Kristaps Porzingis, not playing with that foot injury. Davis Bertans has been all over the place, kinda, and he's been playing the best for them, I would say. And now we have the second round where, as you could see, these are the qualified teams. For example, these are the teams that got eliminated. Shout out to South Sudan, man. They were much better than anticipated. Carlick Jones was absolutely hooping, 19 points per game, almost 10 assists per game. Vanyan Gabriel also in there, who plays for still He is a free agent right now, but he played for the Lakers, of course, last year. And when we look at this, of course, France is here, Evan Fournier out there, Rudy Gobert, and yeah, they've been bad, and they were eliminated, even though they were the...
It's a 2-point game. Fournier almost turns it over. Francisco, he has a look, and it's off the rim, and Latvia wins! Latvia makes history! And their fans are going...
Reigning bronze medalists, I'm pretty sure. Then Egypt is out here, where you have a guy like Ehab Amin, who's been playing really well, and he is the Egyptian League champion and MVP. He's still 28, hooping out there. He was the MVP in the Africa under 16 and 18 championship, so shout out to him. And it's great to see all of these guys from all over the world just go against each other. Of course, you see the names that are here atop the points per game list. Luka, as expected, probably right. Isn't shooting the ball well from the 3-point line, but still getting to the line at an incredibly absurd rate. Averaging 30 points per game, averaging the best efficiency, which means, here it is, efficiency, as you can see, is measured by adding up all of the production stats, which is points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, and you subtract all the missed shots, which is field goals and free throws, turnovers, and then you divide it by games played, and which PR includes this, and here you go, this is the system they use at the FIBA World Cup. And Rondé Hollis-Jefferson would have talked about. Jordan Clarkson, even though he's been averaging 24, he has been kind of disappointing for the Philippines. They were quite unlucky also. I was rooting for them as they're one of the host countries with... who else is there? World Cup host countries. Indonesia, I'm pretty sure, is out there. And who is the last country? Japan? Yeah, it's Philippines, Japan, and Indonesia. Yeah. I realized that actually. Yeah, I was actually right. Huh. And then you see some familiar names, as I said. Who I've mentioned for the Egyptians, is out here for 8 points per game. Dennis Schroeder has been hooping really well. Vucevic has been playing sensational. Shea, man. And you see some really familiar names. Then you see some, well, not obscure, but some international names. Who you might know. Who is somebody you might know if you were following around? Honestly, I'm not following around overall to know all of them. Like, I know them now, but I don't know them that well still, because I don't follow that much of the European leagues and all the worldwide leagues. I watch the Czech Republic games, of course, and then I watch some Barcelona games and some EuroLeague when it's not dividing with some other sports stuff, because I follow so much sport. I follow the NBA, I follow the NFL, I follow the MLB, I love tennis, and mix that up with some Premier League in there also. It is a lot. It's tough. Nah, it's not tough. It's what gives me, some really great joy and memories, but it's not all, of course. We're all whole without anything, but this adds up. Yeah, I'm getting philosophical again. I'm sorry. Nonetheless, as you can see, here's Artur Žagars. He's been, like I said, playing really well, even shooting well from the outside. The free throws need some working, though. And when we look at, for example, some assist leaders, you see Carlik Jones, Tremont Waters, Stefan Jovic. Not that many known names, right? Josh Giddey, Luka, like I talked about, Artur Žagars, who I've been really impressed with. Jordan Clarkson and some other guys. And for reboundings, you have Eddie Tavares, who played briefly in the NBA for like 11 games for the Hawks and the Cavs. Joshua Hawkinson, who has been playing like incredible for Japan. And Jonas Valanciunas. Goga Bitadze, you might know once again. Josh Hart, of course. There are some familiar names around here. And the game's high, of course, 39 points for Rodney Hollis-Jefferson was the most points, as I talked about in that game against New Zealand, where he hit that 4-point play to tie the game, which was insane. Yeah, and the total rebound, Joshua Hawkinson. You have once again more of the international names, and assist was Carly Jones, Paul Stoll for the Mexicans, Jovic for Serbia against South Sudan. So that has been some really good games. Now we of course have the game schedules. As you can see, the Serbians are playing against Italy right now. Serbia just has a timeout. It's pretty much tied, which is intriguing. And I can watch on Czech TV, which I don't think they actually are. But maybe I'm wrong. Why are they like Lithuania against Greece instead of Slovenia against Australia? What am I missing here, man? Nonetheless, the group stages work like this. In the second round, you carry on your performance from the first round and play the two teams you didn't play. So, for example, Serbia, of course, is in the same group as Puerto Rico, as the Puerto Ricans. Can I say like that? I hope so. If not, no disrespect, man, but from what I searched up, it's all right. I don't know. The Dominicans, of course, won't play against Italy again, so they are just playing two teams in these groups, and the top two teams will move on to these brackets where the quarterfinals are slated to be played on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then the semifinals will be played on Friday, and of course on Sunday next weekend, September 10th, we'll have the finals, and NBA training camps essentially start a week from that. NBA training camp 2023-2024. When is the training camp opening? Let me see. No, actually, September 27th. So there are still 2 weeks after that. I thought it would be earlier. It usually is earlier. Am I wrong? Nonetheless, it should be really fun. I'm excited to watch Canada in this group and to see USA go against these big bands and more probably the better teams in Europe. And of course, I'm excited to watch them if they go up against Australia, Germany, Slovenia. Unfortunately, one of these teams will have to miss, of course, the quarterfinals. I would love to see Canada against USA, which we have I1 and J2, which means they will be able to meet in K1L2. K1L2. So as long as the Canadians stay number one in their group, if I'm perceiving this right, they would be able to meet in the finals. But that could also mean we could miss out on on the Canadians playing against the Americans, which I think is what this World Cup deserves at the end of the day, because I think they're the two best playing teams. Nonetheless, Spain could give the USA some troubles. I think Serbia, of course, could give the USA some troubles. Dominicans have been playing really well with Karl Anthony Towns leading the helm. I'm not sure if I think they would give them that much troubles, but maybe. Luka could go crazy against the USA, of course. And Germany and Australia have some outside shot, in my opinion. I'm not sure if I trust any other team here. I don't think Italy has been playing that well. I much rather watch the Puerto Ricans. Georgia, I think, of course, they're a good story, but I'm not a huge believer in them. They are playing tight with Germany right now, so shout out to them for that. And as I'm speaking well about the Serbians, they are losing against Italy right now by 5 points, of course, but they are losing as of right now. So nonetheless, it is what it is, and I'm excited to watch these games. I just wanted to talk about it a little more. And we have these, of course, rankings here. So let's see if they agree with me. I'm pretty sure it's obvious who's going to be number one, right? Yeah, it's the US, of course. And of course, you have Steve Kerr and the roster I already talked about. Anthony Edwards has been playing really well. I've not been impressed with Jalen Brunson and Jaren Jackson. I feel like the bench, which has Tyrese Halliburton, Paolo Banchero, and Austin Reeves, has been playing a little better. And Brandon Ingram got benched for Josh Hart, which has been something. And as of right now, the Americans are losing 4-11 in the first quarter against the Montenegro's against Montenegro, which is Nikola Vucevic's team, of course. And I'm actually excited to put that on as I finish off this video. Germany number 2. I'm not sure I agree with that, but admit, you look at the Germany number 2, this is ridiculous. But they're right. Franz Wagner did not play, and they won against Australia. Dennis Schroeder has been hooping. They're playing really well, so I understand it a little bit. But Canada is my number 2, and I understand that. Shea, of course, is great and still playing sensationally. We'll see if Lou Dort is able to play. And once again, Spain just has a great system. They are really solid, and they are really good, man. Juancho, Willy Hernan Gomez, Santi Aldama is out there, Juan Nunez. They have some really good players. They play really hard, of course. They have a really good system in place. Slovenia has Luka, of course, so Luka is out here at number 5. Serbia at number 6. Like I said, I didn't watch enough of them, but I like the Dominican Republic more because I, of course, did watch a lot more of them, so I hope they prove me right. Australia, of course, they are 2-1, so they'll need to win both their games, which will be against Slovenia and Georgia. So, which is possible, but they have to be Slovenia, that's for sure. Lithuania, of course, is out here. I'm really excited to watch nonetheless. I just wanted to talk about it a little more. It's more of my rambling than like a well thought out structured video, but I've had some thoughts. I wanted to make sure you guys are watching. If you are not, of course, it's hard for example, Americans to watch this because it's on right now, which in my country, in Czech Republic, is 10:47, which in most American countries, most in most American time zones, it's probably like 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning maybe, and of course, I'm not sure if you're waking up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. to watch the US play against Nikola Vucevic, but maybe you are, which shout out to you, man. Nonetheless, thank you all for watching. Take care, and I hope I'll see you all at my quarterfinals talk or something. We'll see what we do with the World Cup, but it's been fun. Make sure to watch if you can, and if you can't, I'll be here to recap the second round before the quarters, and that's that. See you all. Love you all. Be kind to yourselves and to others.